Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the AfterShock EpiCenter live stream. I'm your host and the communication specialist here at AfterShock Comics, RuthAnn Thompson. Glad to see you all here. Hello, Ty Witten, Second Street Marvel, Edward Huey. So glad to have you all here to talk about all the awesome titles that we have coming up for this new comic book day on May 4th. May the 4th be with you on tomorrow. So we have one brand new title that I've been really looking forward to, which is Dogs of London. So this title spans different times and classes. It is a brutal and bloody tale of violence, love, revenge, and sleeping dogs who refuse to roll over and play dead. So this is written by Peter Milligan, who we've worked with plenty of times before with Out of Body, God of Tremors. You might know him from X-Force, so many other things. And one of my favorite things about him is he always has a very personal touch to everything that he does. And Michael Regan, hello, good to have you here. So in a statement when he announced the new series back in February, Milligan describes how Dogs of London brings him a full circle when it comes to his US comics work. He says, "My first series in America was Screamer, a story that used a weird gangster tale to explore a kind of American experience. So I'm really excited to be telling now a very different kind of gangster story, one that explores a very British experience, but also dramatizes universal themes of love, revenge, violence, and fate. And dog bites. Sorry, did I say dog bites?" So we have covers with Andy Clark and Jose Villarreal, and striking first issue incentive cover by Dave Johnson. AfterShock releases these hounds tomorrow for New Comic Book Day. And James Thomasilan says Dogs of London looks interesting. Yes, very excited for it. This follows Frank and Terry, who are about to find out that you can't bury a body deep enough to make sure it won't haunt you. They were once members of the Dogs, which is a feared gang who ruled much of London's underworld back in the swinging 60s. So we get to see a little bit of the swinging 60s, plus what happens when some of these gang members come back to life because they thought they escaped their troubled past, but the past is never dead. It's just bashed a bit and very pissed off. So looking forward to having that brand new title for tomorrow's New Comic Book Day. And we have a trade paperback complete series of Beyond the Breach Volume 1, Losing California. So if you all missed out on this series that came out last year, this follows Vanessa, who's just having the worst run of luck. Her mom just died, and she found out during this, while she was taking care of her mom, that her boyfriend is cheating on her with none other than her sister. So to escape all this and take the road trip she's always dreamed of to go see the Redwoods, go check out the PCH all across the California coast, it seems like the perfect idyllic way to get over your past and move forward until all of a sudden the breach hits, which basically rips apart the sky, all these different nightmare world populated with strange extra dimensional creatures fall in. And now Vanessa, with Doggy, an orphan child that she finds right when the breach hits, and Kai, who's this strange fuzzball of a beast who I want one, he's so cute and he's very helpful. They must fight to survive if they ever hope to make their way back home, if there's even a home to return to. And along the way, they meet all sorts of people. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Walking Dead style, who you find out like some humans you shouldn't be dealing with because they're a little too gun happy, and some other creatures along the way, and throughout find out what actually happened and why this breach occurred and if there's a way to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything if you all haven't read it. Michael Regan says, great read. I'm so excited. JD Lewis, I'm glad that you pre-ordered Dogs of London. I'm so glad you're excited to read it. It's fantastic. I just read it last night. It's so good. And I love the new fresh comics. Thank you, Kalita. That's one thing that I've always adored about AfterShock Comics. There's definitely brand new titles and stuff that you've never thought of before. So those are our two titles that are coming up for May the 4th be with you for the New Comic Book Day. And coming up next week, we have another happy hour with fan favorite Mike Ruth. So make sure to pour yourself a drink and join us at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, May 12th to talk to this just unstoppable talent. If you haven't followed him on Instagram, it's almost aggravating how good he is at what he does. He'll find stuff in the woods and just like one of the last things I saw he did, he found like a bone from an animal, like a vertebrae, and just dipped it in ink and drew the most incredible artwork with no sketches, no nothing, just went for it. And it's just incredible. And he's been doing all of our AfterShock happy hour exclusives for the last year since we've been having AfterShock. So it's so much fun to talk to him even more. And of course, we'll be selling some of his wonderful work during the world famous AfterShock live sale for a fraction of the price, including some medals, some graded books, and more. So make sure you join us next Thursday, May 12th, 5 p.m. Eastern. Really looking forward to that. And also, fast approaching. And and Ty Witten can't wait for what's coming out on Free Comic Book Day as well. For all those who don't know, on Free Comic Book Day, we have Buddy Mask Tales coming out for our Free Comic Book Day book. So make sure you head to your local comic book shop as soon as you can this Saturday on May 7th to pick that up. And for all of those who are looking forward to what they can add to their pull list next, we have a couple incredible titles that are going to be FOCing this May 9th on Monday. So when you go to your shop for either New Comic Book Day tomorrow or Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, make sure you add these to your pull list. First up, we have Astronaut Down, and this comes from this ridiculous James Patrick, who we've worked with many times before with Kaiju Score, as well as Campisi the Dragon Incident, and is just unstoppable when it comes to putting two genres together that you wouldn't think go together, and then you're angry you didn't think about it before. And Astronaut Down, though it sounds like it's about space, isn't. It's actually about traveling different dimensions in order to save the universe and Earth itself. And we have artist Rubine on this, who you might recognize from Search for Hugh, and it's just very exciting. So make sure that you add this to this incredible sci-fi flick to your pull list, as well as yet another fun sci-fi story where starships go to die, #1, is also going to be deadlining very soon and will be in shops on June 8th. And this comes from Mark Sable, who we worked with plenty times before with God Killers, War on Terror, as well as several other titles. And we're looking forward to this one with artist on Antonio Licati, because this is all about in the future where we have all this one area that they just always put their starships when they're broken down. But now there's a mysterious creature in there. Dun, dun, dun. So this is more of a horror sci-fi title. So if you're looking to get a little more horror in your life, I absolutely suggest adding Where Starships Go to Die to your pull list. And Leanne, yes, Buddy Mask Tales looks amazing. I don't want to spoil anything. And it works out perfectly because we have the Free Comic Book Day book coming out this Saturday. And then next Wednesday, we're actually going to have the brand new volume of Buddy Mask, Volume 2, starting on next Wednesday's New Comic Book Day. And Michael Regan, yes, Buddy Mask is weirdly fun. If you missed out on any of our interviews with both Paul Tobin and Andrea Muti during happy hours, as well as conversation, please check those out. It's just wondrous how much Paul Tobin really gets into the character design and where Buddy Mask comes from and all the different meanings behind it. It's so much fun. JD Lewis, my wife, went as Buddy Mask for this past Halloween. Oh, I need to see pictures of that. I'm actually looking to put together a costume myself. And James, I absolutely agree. God Killers was amazing. And I'm looking forward to even more work from Mark Sable. And Michael Regan, more Buddy Mask is always good. And Ty also agrees that we need more Buddy Mask in our lives. So speaking of brand new titles from AfterShock, we just announced today a brand new title called Samurai Doggy. And this comes from the Brazilian creative team and writer Chris Tex, who you might know from Blackout, and illustrator Santos, who we've worked with Land of the Living Gods, Blackout, and Night Shift. I mean, and again, if you haven't seen Land of the Living Gods, his artwork in that is absolutely stellar, just uncanny. So now they come to AfterShock in August in the company of Samurai Dog, a story of loss, revenge, and the journey to defeat the greatest empire of machines and robots that's ever existed. And the copy for this one is during the Fourth World. Sorry about all the noise behind me. Gotta love working from home and my landlord. During the Fourth World War of the Sun, a small dog named Doggy experienced an irreparable trauma. His mother was brutally murdered, and his 8 brothers, still puppies, were kidnapped by a mysterious man. To save them, Doggy fought bravely against the terrible killer, but all his efforts were in vain, and he was left for dead. But what nobody imagined was that a technological vulture scavenging the region for corpses would be one to rescue the dying dog from death's scythe. Now Doggy has become Samurai Doggy, and his only goal is to quench his thirst for revenge. So looking forward to this. As we said, it will be in August, and we'll be offering a first look of the series launch very soon. So just checking in on you. Yes, to amazing art. I absolutely love it as well. Edward Huey and James Thomason, Samurai Doggy, I'm getting this. Good. Yes, absolutely. As soon as it's ready to be added to your pull list, add that right away. We have so much amazing stuff coming out from AfterShock. And just as always, thank you so much for being part of the AfterShock family. Make sure to stay safe out there, wash your hands, wear your masks, keep your distance, and only read dangerously. We'll see you next week for the next AfterShock Epicenter.